Good evening, Rocket League fans. Welcome to Minor League Doubles.
There's still a big chance here for anyone to take this in regulation, and this is
No!
10 seconds are gone in the ball.
With both members of Orange out of net right now, towards the net. This is a need. Numerics puts it in. This game's not over yet.
Bring out your predictions. Bring out your scores. Let's see where we go. Game 7. Winner moves on. Loser goes home. Fridge in position. Scores.
Just an insane series.
I just typed in chat. I can feel my heartbeat. Right? It's so tense.
What a series.
Guys, welcome back to Freestyle Friday here on the MLE Network playoff edition, as we have our second of two playoff series this evening as the Blue Conference takes center stage. It is the Ducks and the Sharks, best of 7 to see who moves on to the championship game.
And overwhelming favorites coming into this series are the Ducks. 32 respondents of 33 picking them to advance out of this series. We'll see if the Sharks have another upset in them. Not a lot favored them to get by the Jets in the wild card, but hey, here they are. They get to face down the first overall team out of the league standings, the number 1 seed in the Blue Conference, and the reigning defending MLD champions.
Absolutely. Should be a lot of fun. There is something else that we do want to mention before we get into this series, guys. There is, if you guys have been living under a rock, you won't know this yet, but there is a fundraiser going on for Texas RL. Our good buddy CJ putting something together for the Dallas Open. I'm going to use, or you guys are going to use the command Texas if you guys want to in chat. It'll take you to the shop page for the reward levels. If you guys want to put some funds towards getting casters out, getting teams out. I'm on there along with a couple of other MLD casters. For example, Dazarin, who we all know and love. Stax is already going. Forget about him. But Ninja Rider's on there. And so there's a lot of really good MLD connections in that list of reward levels. If you guys want to help out, by no means do you have to, but it's a good thought if you guys can. It'd be much appreciated by everybody in the Rocket League community. It's going to be a fun show. And hoping that everybody that wants to go is able to be a part of it. So, but as we get into this particular 7-game series, the Ducks have won like 999 of their last 1,000 series. That's an exaggeration, but it's pretty darn close, as they lost one time in 2 seasons.
Yep, the Hawks putting an end to the 22-week winning streak as they finally shut down and get set for the playoffs. Week off probably did them some good. Had a chance to regroup, get angry about losing that winning streak. Now they come into the playoffs and they're up against a Sharks roster that has been on the up and up. As they came into playoff time, they got in very much so on a high, winning their way in over the Lightning in Week 10. But the Ducks, you know, with that week off, the Sharks having to play last week for the wild card, they're warm, but I still don't know if they're warm enough to go duck hunting.
That's a fair point. But the thing is, the Sharks, they are coming off the high of a very emotional, very roller coaster like series. That was an absolute classic last week against a very game Jets team. And I think you're right. I think the Sharks definitely played their way into this, but they played so well last week that the reward is a date with those reigning defending Ducks that you mentioned before. So how much of a reward is it actually?
It depends. If the Ducks get complacent, if the Ducks don't play their game, or if the Sharks figure out their game plan and really get aggressive and try and counteract that, I'm not sure that the Ducks have an easy cakewalk in this one. The Sharks, probably my vote as usual for one of the most improved teams season over season. And I can't really bet against them. I feel like this one might go 7. I feel like this is going to be another classic. And we said about the last one, but I just get that sense that there's an upset in the works here.
Are the Sharks a team of destiny? I think we really start to find out tonight. Do the Ducks squash the Cinderella story? Or do the Sharks move in, and is the carriage still going? We find out right now. 300 seconds on the clock. It's a best of 7. Our second playoff series on this Freestyle Friday is officially underway. Great God Zeus and You Reach I Teach in the turquoise for the Sharks. Atomic and Mateo in the yellow for the Ducks. This will be in the Ducks' end for the moment. Atomic will miss contact on that. Sharks trying to set something up offensively. Pop back out to the mid, a little bit too much distance on the pass back. And out comes the Ducks. It's Atomic. He will wait patiently, then go up. He's still going to be first to this ball. Going to try to drop it off the back. Chance in front for Mateo, and he makes no mistake. It's 1-0.
A little bit too much hesitation here by U-Reach. You see him just wait, try to go up late for that ball as Atomic drops it down. Never going to score from there. Just wait till he drops that down. Get that clear away from Mateo as it comes down below the crossbar. Instead, the aggression up there. Zeus can't get back, and Mateo puts the Ducks up 1.
1-0 Ducks indeed, as the Sharks on their back heels a little bit early. This will be off of the ceiling. Taking that away is Atomic. Gets a dunk, keeps it in the Sharks' end. He'll grab the corner boost. Work his way up the sidewall. Taking his time. Sharks take it away. Back the other way comes Mateo, and Atomic is going to get into his Shark competitor as Great God Zeus finds the end of a demo. Right in front. Chance for a dunk again, and it'll be sent off to the side. We've played a minute, but the Ducks are on full tilt attack right at the moment.
Perfect example of their midfield press there, and it's not even really a press. They just wait. Zeus gets a bit of a clear, but it's not really hard enough to follow up or force the Ducks back. Mateo just picks it off, keeps the pressure on. The Sharks have to get a demo to finally clear their lines.
Yeah, and that's going to go right back towards the Sharks' net, and Atomic takes advantage of an overextension. It's 2-0.
Not even an overextension, just a really awkward ball that isn't pressed really hard. Zeus goes in, attacking that boost, and there's probably the overextension, but the ball's lost well before that as it goes up. Atomic's there first, just drills that one downfield and on frame.
Minute 20 in, and the Ducks are who we thought they were. I don't think there's any doubt about that, as they were going to try to keep things going. They do deny boost on the side. It's going to go off the back. Chance for the Sharks. This is still off the intersection. Right in front. It's towards the goal line at the crossbar, and very patiently Mateo is going to clear his back line nicely. It remains 2-0. Going towards the top of the box in the Ducks' end. Back comes Mateo. Getting it around one, keeping it on the ground, needing to make a save there, and doing so is Teach, and he will bring it back the other way. 2 minutes played. Atomic off his own back. Teach going to put it off the back. Where is Zeus? Zeus coming in. He's not going to get to the ball, and Teach has to regroup. Back in his own corner. Only to have it taken away. Towards the crossbar, and a good clear away by Zeus will at least get them away from giving up another one. Still 2-0 as we approach halftime.
The Sharks, for what it's worth, have been outside of a couple of little bit of early jitters in terms of where they're putting the ball. They've settled in quite well. The Ducks are not running them over like a lot of people figured they would coming into this series. Now, can't really tell if that's because the Ducks haven't quite fully warmed up. And let's be honest, they're reading the ball like they're warmed up here. So you got to give credit to the Sharks right now. They only get scored on if they lose control of the ball and don't have a good opportunity to follow it up and keep it upfield.
But that's the Ducks' calling card, and has been for a long time, is they take advantage of opponents' mistakes. And that is exactly what they are doing here on a couple of different occasions. They're just taking the ball right from the Sharks on really misguided touches and possessions.
Exactly, and that's what I've been talking about all season long, and really for 2 seasons running now. Stop making mistakes, have a plan with the ball, because when you get these awkward touches that you can't follow up on, the Ducks will pounce, and they will prey on those. And it's funny, because Ducks are not usually predators.
No, that's a fair point. Ducks acting more like geese, and those are the super aggressive geese as that goes forward. 3-0 as we play with under 2 minutes to go. Sharks need to get it away from their own back line, but you don't want to put that there. This is going to be near side from Atomic, and it is a save coming out. Minute 45 left. Ritai Teach is going to put this in his own corner, try to get it around one. This will go far side and well wide of that left post. Going to be off the side wall. Off the back. That's going to go in front. Ducks trying to circle in and attack, and Zeus is going to be tasked with getting his away from his own back end. We'll see if that actually happens. Towards the mid. Getting it up in the air. It's Teach. He's going to go above the ball. That's a mistake. Ducks definitely can punish mistakes. They may have another one here, and the Sharks do clear it as Zeus will get into it.
Again, we see a trend from last series. The Sharks, U-Reach, Teach, it's a little bit too quick on his fast aerials. Goes up and over the ball because he hits the apex of his jump as the ball starts falling down below where he's landing. You have to get that timing a little bit better, or just boost a little bit less and have a bit better motor control of your car, because otherwise you're going to miss a ton of those chances that the Ducks will punish.
you mentioned earlier that the Ducks are reading like they're warmed up, and I definitely agree with that. But I think what we've seen from the Ducks consistently is even though the reading comprehension in this game is second to very few as far as the MLB is concerned, their mechanics can take a little while to get warmed up. We're starting to see those mechanics come to full tilt as they start to really pour on the momentum in that offensive end.
And a lot of it you see out of Atomic there, a little bit of an error roll to put that shot far side. UReach doing a very good job being iReach to get across and make that save. And the Ducks' pressure here, it's going to be a little bit too much for the Sharks, but I will give them this. Holding the defending champions to 3-0, make that 4-0. When they've been so dominant over a lot of teams in the league, I think that's a good sign that if the Sharks can settle down a little bit and get the touches they're looking for, they'll probably take a couple games, if not get into it and take the series.
Yeah, they've had very efficient touches the Ducks have had as well, and but you're right. The thing is the Sharks, they say nothing can be learned from, getting constantly shut out, but in this case, the Sharks have played the Ducks a little tighter than some teams. We've seen the Ducks go 10, 11, 12-0 on some teams, and the Sharks are definitely they played a more defensive game.
Well, they had to because they weren't really given a lot of opportunity to get the ball upfield, and that was partly their own fault. They were giving the ball away quite a bit. The Ducks were just mounting that pressure on. 9 shots to 3 tells you a lot of what you need to know out of that series. But 5 saves from the Sharks, a lot of that pressure... Actually, you know what? I take that back. 4 goals for the Ducks, 5 shots from the Sharks. Everything by the Ducks on frame. But it's got to come down to being smart with the ball. If you make intelligent touches, if you get the ball hard away and high from the Ducks players, they have to expend boost to get back. The lower you keep the ball, the easier it is for them to keep pressure on.
See if the Sharks can possibly get something going in game number 2. They have a tall task ahead of them, and we knew that going in. But we know what this team can do when their backs are up against a wall like it was against the Jets last weekend. So we'll see if if the Sharks can get motivated to take down the reigning and defending champs. It's only 1-0 in this series, not out of reach yet by any stretch. We'll see if they can come back. This will be off the back wall. Ducks trying to get it towards frame, but it will be sent aside, and the Sharks can regroup. Flick over 1. That's a chance, as Zeus was really pushing for goal there, but Teach is going to be back in the defensive end to try to keep possession. Coming in is Zeus. He'll get one around the corner. Needing second contact. That'll go in front of Teach. It'll be a pass up, but not going for the pass is his teammate. And it looks like Mateo will take it out of the defensive end.
Zeus actually running out of boost. He grabbed the defensive corner. Oh no, the side flip.
Still there. No, man, oh man. Feels bad. Had a defensive clear right there and could not finish it off.
Just that side flip there. UReach panicking a little bit there as it falls in front of him. Did well to stay patient, but as soon as he went to try and clear that ball away, just side flips a little bit out of the way. The Ducks take advantage, and those are the little mistakes we talk about there. You got to try and work that out. Those nerves got to settle down here.
4:12 left, 1-0 lead for the Ducks. This will pop back to the mid. Chance in front for the Sharks. That's going to be a big chance, and they've got one. That is Teach getting the first goal for the Sharks in this series.
But look where the touch comes from, in his own corner, and it flies out to mid. Now, Mateo puts it back towards his own goal. And Atomic just flies past it. UReach flies past it and drifts in. I mean, okay, yeah. So we had Kamencik with a nutty redirect into his own goal in OT in Game 1 of the last series to set the tone. Is this the inflection point for the Sharks? Is that goal what kind of rattles the Ducks? I don't think so, but it's a start. They get tied up. They have a little bit more work to do.
I mean, they got to do something. You got to find motivation from somewhere and inspiration from somewhere. Maybe they find it here. 1-1, 3:45 left in Game 2. That is a 2v1. Ducks really, really on the attack, but nothing happening. Big demo there. We'll keep it at a 2v1 for the moment, as Teach has to wait 3 seconds to play again, but they'll survive to tell about it. At least for the moment, not anymore. Mateo with a sick shot off the wall.
Oh, man. Zeus just doesn't quite get this one clear, and then Mateo to himself off the spoiler and in.
That's nasty.
That's nasty. 90 seconds gone, and the Ducks really putting a stamp back on that, proving that first goal more fluke than skill.
3:27 left in Game 2. 2-1 Ducks. Sharks on the attack. This is going to pop in front, needing a shot, and it'll go off the post from Zeus. And I think the mistake there is he put it off the top of his car, not his nose.
Just actually waited a little bit too long to try and get that shot on target. Was counting in my head, 1,000, 2,000. By the time I got to where I thought he would jump, he still hadn't jumped. And that's why he just fell past the post and he's not able to jam it home.
This will go around the corner. Ducks on the attack, but the Sharks do clear their lines for the moment, keeping that one in off the back wall. Ducks circling. Sharks not very good contact. The clear goes nowhere, needing a save, and they'll get one. As that is Great God Zeus with the initial follow-up on defense, and Teach is going to have to play this towards the sidewall. They'll go back out towards half. Sharks trying to keep possession. This will go back into the Sharks' end. Bounce it off the corner, not where you really want that, but the Ducks can't take possession. Back the other way comes Zeus. Zeus off the back. Not great passing contact. Mateo puts it into his own corner, and Teach will try to take that away. Teach is up in the air again. Has a decent amount of boost to try to follow this if he needs to. He will. Doesn't get great contact, and another good clear by the Ducks. A little bit too much individual work by the Sharks, and they are going to pay for it dearly as Mateo makes it a 2-goal lead.
Just have to be a little bit more aggressive to the Ducks here. No boost from Mateo. Doesn't need any because Zeus gives him a little bit too much space, a little bit too much respect, and he just chips him from there as he comes in for the challenge. 3-1 Ducks now. The Sharks get caught in transition. They need to settle down, but I mean, 2-0 in the series. If it comes down to that, Curtis, what do we say last series? 2-0 means nothing.
Yeah, that's a fair point. 2-0 with the Ducks seems like it has a little more convincing to it, but still, I mean, nothing. No lead is safe in the MLDs. We thought about that during the Season 2 championship as well. So, 1:49 left. Sharks need a clear. They're going to get one. They'd love to get one more before this game hits a minute left. Give themselves a viable shot. Trying for a double touch is going to be Mateo. It'll squeak back out to half for Atomic, who's going to keep it right there. Coming out. Sharks looking to put something on frame. That's not going to work, and it'll be sent long again as Mateo takes this one far side into the Sharks' end. Off the corner wall. Good clear initially. Minute 18 left. That goes off the ceiling. Getting a catch. This will go towards the sidewall. Still off the ceiling. Putting it up into the air. Coming in. Ducks on the attack. Looking for the far side, and a great save by Teach. Oh, man, he nearly really had that one.
Yeah, Mateo very, very skilled with that air dribble there. Just manages to find the bottom corner, but you reach right on spot on that goal line. Shuts the door on him. We stay at 3-1.
At least for the moment. 41 seconds to go. Up for the Sharks. Chance for Zeus. Zeus is going to try to put this on frame. Save coming out, actually clear coming out from the Ducks. Up is Teach. Teach puts it right back at the Ducks. The Sharks not working the backboard. I think that's really where they need to focus on, because at the moment they're trying to work it around the corners. It's just not working as a defensively focused team with the Ducks.
It's not so much that the Ducks are defensively focused. It's they're well positioned. They wait down. They're patient. And that demo coming back from Atomic's pretty much going to put any doubt out of the minds of any observer on this one here. Ooh,
what? Ooh. As you say that, Teach is going to get credit for an own goal. And I kind of want to see who is responsible for this. We're going to find out right here. It is Atomic.
Yeah, but you see the Ducks, both of them getting stacked up underneath one another here. 3 seconds on the clock. The Sharks have done it before. They can get a good kickoff here, but the Ducks love that kill face-off there. They'll be ready for it. It falls favorably. Ureach, though, puts it off the ground, and that'll kill it. The Ducks take game 2, 3-2.
They do indeed, and what should have been a 2-goal deficit, it winds up being a 1-goal deficit, but it equals the same for the Ducks, who walk away with a 2-0 series lead. And so we'll see. Sharks, this is when they started to really start their comeback trail against the Jets last weekend. So 2-0, we'll see how much it actually means in this playoff series.
And the Ducks will pointed out one thing, is that they scrimmed the Sharks a number of times in the week leading up to this series, and they're getting the results that they're expecting. They're relatively close games, but they didn't drop one. Now here's the funny thing for me. If you're playing a team in the playoffs, why would you scrim them? Because you're giving away free intelligence for both sides. Pick another opponent that has similar tendencies, but isn't the team that you're playing, because you give so much away with that kind of recon.
Yeah, no, completely agree. I think that's very, very misguided the scrim choice. If it's me, I'm wanting nothing to do with the team that I'm playing. I'd rather scrim people that aren't in MLD at that point, just to make sure that I'm not anywhere close to giving them intelligence. So, interesting developments, but the Ducks are going to get first strike here as Atomic fires from center, 1-0, 9 seconds in.
Aggressive offensive corner boost grab from Zeus. And Urich goes to the midfield there, and that leaves the net wide open. Atomic's going to hit that all day if you give him time and space, and make sure that he does that. Sharks find themselves down 9 seconds in, but they did so well, except their positioning as they went to grab boost.
This will be off the sidewall, still 1-0. Sharks trying to get something going. They haven't really had convincing contact at all in this series, and that's a credit to the Ducks for just forcing them into uncomfortable situations as well.
A lot of that, too, is that the Sharks are, on their decision-making, putting themselves into places where they don't have a lot of options on how to hit the ball. And if they do have an option, they're usually picking the one that's a little bit more rushed, and they lose control of that ball. They give that space up.
Like that.
Just like that the Ducks are able to challenge and put back on frame.
4:15 left. Ducks in a very favorable spot here. Chance towards the net from Atomic. This will be sent aside. A little bit of a double commit, but they clear their lines. Back towards Teach. Teach gets contact. Not for very long. It'll go towards the sidewall. Up into the middle. This will be up over the halfway line. Towards the Ducks net. Chance in front. And nothing that the Sharks can do as Teach had a shot, but could not get there in time.
Empty tanks. That's really unfortunate there. The boost management for the Sharks, I talked about it a little bit last week. It's something that they're really struggling with there. Urich grabs that boost there, but he goes into challenge really tightly to that angle. Zeus trying to get to that near post. Mateo just goes up and over both of them there. And that's the problem when you come in for that challenge on the same side as the ball's traveling. Your reaction time's so narrow in that window to try and get a defensive play.
Minute and a half in. This will be up in the air. Zeus is going to get contact, but it does not go very far. Easy catch for Mateo. Mateo going to take this towards the sidewall. Back to half. Coming in. Atomic not with great contact. He'll get it towards the corner at least. Coming off. Chance for Mateo to finish it off. Near side. He will miss. Still a chance for him to pass it back to his teammate. He does just that. And Atomic comes in. He's right in front. That one's not going to go either. And the Sharks have a chance to clear their back lines for a moment.
I mean, the Sharks both going for that ball, and the Ducks just wait them out, put that back off the backboard. Unluckily, don't get the shot on goal, and the Sharks are able to recover, but it's just textbook pressure in a 2v2 environment. Put the ball high, force teams to make decisions with their boost, and then run them out of boost in the corners by being aggressive on your boost grabs.
This is going to be in the Ducks' end for the moment, but not for very long if the Ducks have anything to say about it. Teach is going to lose possession, though. Atomic and Mateo doing really, really well to start out this series. That'll be a chance for Mateo, and he's going to put it in the bottom of the net and take advantage of a little bit of slowness coming back to the defensive end.
Urich misses the boost at midfield, tries to go for the corner, looks up off ball cam, realizes way too late that that's on target. Mateo just past halftime here puts his team up 3-0, and the Sharks, for all of their preparations, all of their scouting on the Ducks right now, just simply can't put the game plan together to try and bring this Ducks team back down to earth.
Yeah, the Ducks playing a very, very well-rounded game at the moment. This will be up the sidewall. One of the more dominant teams in MLD all-time history are these Ducks. In fact, one of the most dominant, I would imagine. Be up out of the corner. Getting it around one. Sharks out a little bit on the attack, but Atomic's going to have plenty of time to do his thing. He gets it up and around one. Looks to keep it. Ends up getting forced into a flick, but it works out beautifully for the Ducks. This will be up the ramp. It'll drop in front for Atomic. He goes off the back wall. That'll still be a chance for Mateo, and he's not going to be able to hammer that one home. Atomic gets up and over both of the Sharks players, but eventually Zeus will come in and clear the lines.
Again, by the time he does that, just has to wait on that boost pad for the ball, or for the boost to spawn. Luckily for him, Mateo puts that right on his nose, and he has a chance to clear. But again, the boost control right now for the Sharks, they're just at 6s and 7s. They just cannot find a way to keep that ball out of the blue half and in that yellow of the Ducks.
And if it is in the yellow, it's not for very long, and they don't have a shot on net to show for it, and that's exactly what we see there. Chance in front, redirect on the pass. It's Mateo making a 4-0 lead, and the Ducks are waddling away with this one.
Yeah, you reach just swinging past that ball right in the slot there, and Zeus in rotation doesn't know a lot about that as Atomic goes right up to Mateo to hit that redirect into the far corner. 4-0 Ducks here, setting themselves up to bring out the brooms potentially against the Sharks roster that has been game, Curtis, but just could not put the game plan together.
No, exactly right. Like to hold right now, it's going to be 3-0 after this game, and defensively they've held the Ducks to a total now of 11 goals in 3 games, which doesn't sound like a feat they should be proud of, but defensively they've played fairly well. Make it 5-0, so 12 goals. But either way, still a decent all-around effort defensively.
Yeah, you don't quite see the play that started that, but Zeus just popped the ball up, not able to get up and challenge for that one. Ureach desperately coming across to try and make contact, just leaves it wide open as he goes around it. The Ducks, I mean, the Chiefs and I talked about it off the air before. You can't fault the Ducks that they play 2v2 better than a lot of the teams in the league.
Yep.
What a save.
Mateo
getting back, doesn't have any boost, but is just so patient, times himself to get that pinch off the inside of the post and away.
And that is about a microcosm of the Sharks series. Like, even the ones they do get on frame just don't find a way in. And that's you credit to the Ducks though. They've basically, as this one's gonna fly in from Atomic, the Ducks are very much a team that limits opportunities in their own end. If there is a shot on net, they clear the back line, they follow up said clear, they get great contact, and they take possession and slow it down. You might get a second opportunity if you're lucky, but that doesn't happen very often.
Well, you get a second opportunity by forcing a team to make mistakes, and it's difficult to force a team to make mistakes when they're very well disciplined, and you're giving them easy options to play defensively. And that's what a lot of teams do against the Ducks when they get it on offense. They get it into the corner, look for a single chance, and they don't have a plan to try and keep possession on by pulling it away from where the Ducks are going to be positioned defensively.
Well, the Ducks are going to walk away with a 3-0 series lead. They have a chance to clinch a spot in the conference championship. They need one more. If they can get one more, they will move in, and the first seat in the Blue Conference Championship will be set. Second seat, of course, going to be set on Sunday. But the Ducks are who we thought they were. They are not surprising anybody by playing as solidly as they are. In fact, it would have been a shock to not see them in this situation.
One does not simply beat the Ducks. One must find a way to have the Ducks beat themselves. Because that is it's the only way that you can really break down a team that's as well disciplined as that. You need to force them out of their rhythm, and to do that, you have to stop playing into their game. They're patient, they wait down, they let you get the ball out of your own control, and then they transition on you. And teams don't understand how to transition back effectively in this league better than the Ducks. That's the thing that just lets teams down. They give the Ducks easy clears, they get those clears hard away and high from the Sharks or from any team that they're playing. And then you have to scramble back, use so much of your boost, so much of your time covering distance to be able to come back and clear that ball away.
Sharks using every bit of that time to try to regroup here. Now we have the possible last 300 seconds of the MLB Season 5 for the Sharks. Their backs are up against the wall at this point. We'll see if they can make a comeback attempt. This will be off the sidewall as we work in the Ducks' end for the moment. But again, the Ducks right there in transition, keeping it towards the half line. We'll see what they can do.
Again, it's just patience from the Ducks. They wait back so deep, and as that ball loses control for the Sharks at midfield, that's when they attack, when they can close the distance faster than the Sharks can get to that ball.
30 seconds in. Ducks, that's going to go just high above the crossbar. And both Sharks are on the defensive line, not necessarily where you want both of you to be. An eventual clear by Zeus, going to try to win a challenge out at the halfway line, but it goes right back in. Good contact from Teach. He's going to have a little bit of an angle here, but coming across and keeping that one in. Again, the Ducks' forecheck is off the charts, and they're going to force him into another mistake here. Chance in front. Ducks off the back. Rebound stays out for the moment. This is going to pop into the center. You know there's a chance coming here. This will be well wide off the right far side and wide again.
Zeus just right now all over the place. Both ends of the pitch. He's just rushing the play, really trying to force things to happen. And I can't tell if that's because he's trying to play too quickly, or if he's on tilt right now, and they pay for it here as they lose control and the Ducks score.
Well, this is the Ducks team that we expected. They're forcing errors, and that ball has not left the Sharks side since the kickoff, which was 1 minute and 15 seconds ago. It was eventually going to be a goal if the Sharks didn't clear their back lines, and albeit it was.
Just have to settle down right now. Yeah, you've given up the opening goal, but a lot of that came down to the fact that Zeus was just like supersonic around the field everywhere he's going. There's playing fast, and then there's playing silly, and Zeus is doing a little bit more of the latter right now.
Sharks with a decent clear. Zeus is going to try to follow this up. Gets a good touch. It goes off the back. Can't cut the angle here. Going to have to give it up to his teammate. And it's a Ducks interference that is going to send that ball wide. And the transition answer by Mateo is true. It's 2-0.
Mateo, very patient here, just waits for that one to bounce up over top. And Zeus got a little bit too close on that one. As he defers, he aggressively rotates around, trying to look for the second chance. And Mateo just goes straight up through the seam and doubles the lead for the Ducks.
That is a crazy, crazy transition, and one that's going to take the air out of the lungs of the Sharks at the moment. This will go back to half towards that Sharks net. That's going to save initially. Teach gets a good one. Ducks still on the attack right in front, and Atomic is going to get the better of the challenge in the scoring box. It's 3-0.
Zeus having a struggle to get back for boost here. Ball comes up over top. You reach way too narrow along that near post. Gets lofted by Mateo as he puts the ball in front, and Atomic finds the angle to dunk Zeus as he tries desperately to get on the recovery. 3-0 for the Ducks here. I don't want to call it this early because the Sharks have had some magic before, but they are not playing like the same team that faced the Jets last week.
Yeah, they are seemingly missing a couple of materials for the potion that magic is usually formed by, but 4-0 as Mateo is going to basically possibly ice this game as we haven't even at halftime.
And a lot of this, I think, is just the tilt train finally setting in for the Sharks here. They played really well for the first couple of games, but it just started to come off the rails a little bit as the opening goal went against them, and a number of chances just couldn't come out for them here. But I think a lot of it has just been the Sharks outplaying themselves, and that really plays right into the Ducks' favor.
As this Ducks team continues to develop in the Rocket League environment, after they eventually rank out of MLD, how far do you see them going, maybe by adding a third into the Rocket League environment?
Well, they were retired. They announced their retirement before the Champion League was announced. Now that Champion League was announced, we know where they're going. It is probably going to be up to the Champion League franchise now. A lot of the details about that still being set to iron out. The Sharks get one back, and they get this in transition as the Ducks, unfortunately, committing very heavily, and Zeus just lofting it downfield and in. But we know what their future holds. They are going to continue to try and develop here. But the thing that I've seen out of them is they haven't ranked out of the league, and they've been playing Rocket League. They've been playing ranked. We keep track of that in the league offices. So why is that? I think a lot of it comes down to they are good in the context of the league. They're well-disciplined. They play twos better than a lot of teams in the league. But in the grand scheme of things, there is something that they are still lacking that is getting them up to that next tier, pushing them over that line.
Okay. That's a fair point. I didn't know they were still playing ranked at this point, just to make sure they didn't for this season. But I was wrong. Okay, back to it. Minute 49 left. 5-1. Sharks need a quick one. They need a quick 4. This will be up in the air. They're going to try to get one here. Zeus with the continued play. He's got no boost left, though. As this will go back towards the Ducks' end for the moment. Back towards the sidewall. Ducks looking for a couple more highlight plays before this one is done. They're going to try for a ground pinch. Zeus says no to that. Back into the Sharks' end again as this will go towards the perimeter wall. Trying near side. Getting it up towards half. This will go off the spoiler of Zeus. Ducks still retaining possession. Looking to get one more. This will be a 50 in front that is going to go off the crossbar. Still there. Off the post. Rebound. Still off the post. And that, again, will go off to the side. 60 seconds left. 5-1 lead. And the Sharks are going to try yet again desperately to get something going. But too little too late, I think.
It's not the same Sharks team that played last week there. That spark, that fire, the hunger that was in them last week against the Jets just seemingly falling away from almost the opening kickoff as the Ducks impose their will on this team. And to be honest, that's a lot of the problem with a lot of teams that play the Ducks. They get too much respect, and they fall away, and they just don't force the issue enough to really test the Ducks.
Fair point. This will be up over the halfway line. 20 seconds left, and we are getting down to the last couple of seconds on this Freestyle Friday. 2 of the conference championship spots will be sealed in about 9 seconds. We have 2 more best of 7 matches to come this weekend, and so we are not done. We are halfway done with these playoffs. The Ducks are going to move ahead. They will move on to the conference championship, and the rest of the Blue Conference, aka the Dodgers, need to look out.
Dodgers in the Orange Conference.
Dodgers. I'm sorry. Yeah, that's what I meant. My bad.
The Foxes. And as the name escapes me, the other division. The Spartans! Hey, it came to me! Alzheimer's finally
We're good.
Chat finally catches up. I figured everything out. We're good, guys. Don't worry. The Spartans and the Foxes, they will be kicking things off next week, or not next weekend, Sunday. That's 2 days from now. This coming weekend. They will be kicking things off as the Rhinos will cap off the schedule there. Or do I have that backwards? No, I don't. Good. I knocked over my microphone. Sweet. Everything is going wrong. It's Friday. We're good.
Nothing's on fire. Everything is fine.
Yeah, that's not smoke you see behind me right now. But, I got to give a lot of credit to the Sharks there. They had a really tough series right now.
Yep.
I'm not going to sugarcoat it. That was a really tough series. But it's not unexpected when you have a team up against the Ducks. If you aren't on top of your game and playing at a level a little bit above where you're used to playing, you're going to have a difficult time with the Ducks roster because they play twos so much differently than a lot of teams in the league.
Yeah, that's absolutely true. But we have 2 spots filled. We have 2 more to fill this Sunday. 2 spots remain in the conference championships, 1 per conference, the orange and the blue. And this duo right here, Jay and I will be right back with you on this Sunday night for more on Showdown Sunday. The last Showdown Sunday we will see before, well, not necessarily speaking.
We might have one more.
But
depends on when the conference finals are scheduled. That's still to be decided by the teams once they get through this next round of the playoffs. But the Ducks and the Flames, the first 2 teams through to the final 4 of the MLD playoffs, their opponents will be decided Sunday night starting 9 o'clock Eastern, 6 Pacific on this channel, twitch.tv/MLDoubles. Make sure you follow us at MLDoubles to get all of your updates, news, and fresh new memes from around the league. You can follow myself and Curtis on Twitter. I am at InanimateJ. He is at RL_Curtis. And we are going to say goodnight for now. We're going to kick it over to a host, probably going to host the RLRS, because I believe they're still going here for at least a little while longer. So say hi to them from all of your friends over here at MLD, and we'll see you back Sunday night again, 6 Pacific, 9 Eastern, for the final 2 conference semifinal matchups. Have yourselves a good night. We'll see you on Sunday.